What's going on, people? CJ Gaming TV. I am back again, and today I'm doing my WWE Survivor Series 2018 review. And I've got to say that this show was a really good show. I mean, okay, the AOP and the Sheamus match, the AOP and the Bar match wasn't that good, but that was about it. The Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey match, I'm going to get to that later, but the first match of the night, it was the Raw women versus SmackDown women. Like these two, this was a good opener. Like I'm not going to say like it was a bad opener. It was really good. The first off the gate, you had Nia Jax getting the nuclear heat from the fucking Becky Lynch thing, and I thought that was so funny. And I was talking to my buddies on Facebook, and I was saying like, we were saying like, what if Nia Jax gets the win here, and imagine the crowd reaction. And she did get the win, and she was a sole survivor. I'm not gonna go through the eliminations, but it was a good opener. I liked how they all had the part. Thing is, Sasha and Bayley was in the match, and I was thinking, how were they in the match? And I didn't watch a pre-show, and I found out on WWE's Instagram that the Right Squad and Sasha, Bayley, and Natalya was actually brawling backstage. So obviously Natalya and Rhea Ripley got injured, and Sasha and Bayley replaced them apparently. But anyway, they had a good match. Nia Jax and Asuka's the final two. Nia Jax wins with the leg drop, brother. And she gets the win, and that's that. And it looks like it's going to be Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey. Second match tonight was Seth Rollins versus Nakamura. Nakamura has fallen off a cliff. Like, I said this for the longest time. Since the AJ Styles feud, Nakamura has been on the decline. Like, you can tell, he was this time last year, he was ready to win the Royal Rumble. Like, he was going to get prepped to win the Royal Rumble. And then after the AJ Styles feud, and then he picked up with the US title, and then back down again, because the thing is, you cannot blame it all on the WWE. I know that we want to sometimes blame it on the WWE, and sometimes they have fucked up with some wrestlers on NXT, from NXT to the main roster, but some of it's going to go on Nakamura as well. I mean, the good wrestling is good and all, and you can do that in New Japan and get away with it, but in the WWE, when you've got millions and millions of fans trying to invest into your character and you're performing every single week, then you've got to do something different than just wrestling. So I think with Nakamura, the thing that he lacks is his mic skills, obviously, but even the one thing that they really took away from Nakamura that really makes him unique is basically his entrance. His face entrance was the one reason why people loved him, and why people were actually, why this guy was over in NXT, because he had a good theme song. I was singing to it all the time. I had it on my fucking phone and whatever. And this guy was super over with the theme song. He was going, oh, all that. And then since he's got this new theme song, the crowd cannot get into it. And because he's not a good talker, they cannot really get behind the Nakamura as a heel anymore. And I think as soon as they turn him back as a face, then maybe you can salvage something from the main roster. But I don't know with Nakamura. You can have him I think he should just go to New Japan and see where it goes from there. And then after that we had the APA versus the Bar. Nothing really special about this match. APA get the win. AOP, sorry, get the win. The funny thing about this match was Drake Maverick had a boner and he wet himself. That's enough said about that. Then we had the Men's Survivor Series match. It was obviously Shane versus Baron Corbin, and obviously Stephanie has to be on TV, because obviously if there's no McMahon on TV, it's not worth watching. So Steph comes on early on the show and says, you've got to win for Team Raw, because obviously they lost the World Cup at the Crown Jewel, and don't get me started with that Shane McMahon thing. I said it in a rant video. I didn't watch Crown Jewel, but you know what I mean, guys. But anyway, we started off the match. It was supposed to be Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe starting in it, and then Drew and Braun, earlier in the day, they had this confrontation backstage. So in this match, they was planning to see us with a Braun Strowman and a Drew McIntyre feud going into WrestleMania probably, or maybe Royal Rumble, whenever they're gonna do that. And then it was Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe. They had they started off pretty good. Drew McIntyre used a Claymore and eliminated Joe. And then we had some more eliminations. Shane McMahon kills himself again. Dolph and Jeff Hardy actually had some good chemistry. I thought they had a pretty good couple of minutes in the ring. And then the final three was Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman. And then Shane's like... And then one of the things I want to say, like, Shane McMahon was super winded in this match. I don't know if it was because of the table spot, and he is nearly 50, so I'm not gonna give him, I'm not gonna cut, like, I'm not gonna like hate on him or whatever, because I love Shane. Like, he's the craziest SOB I've ever seen, probably of the McMahons, and he's probably the nicest, probably one of the like down to earth like McMahons I've probably have seen on on television, whatever. But yeah, Shane looked winded, and then you could see he came up to the top rope and was like, bruh, like, he was looking jacked at Crown Jewel. Like, did you see those fucking arms? Like, he was putting me to shame, and I work out. He was looking like Hulk Hogan, brother. And he gets to Survivor Series, and he's like, bruh. Like, oh, I don't know, man. But he did the coast to coast, and he attacked Dolph Ziggler's balls, and that was that. Braun Strowman then obviously eliminated Shane, and then he wins for his team. The next match was Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. The match that was hyped up the most, well, it was supposed to be Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, but obviously Becky got a concussion, and obviously Charlotte put it in her place. But the match was probably Ronda Rousey's best match on WWE television. I'm saying it right now because Charlotte got the best out of Ronda Rousey. Like, they had a really good match. They have a lot of good chemistry. You had her, like, they was doing the figure eight stuff, and then Ronda Rousey was trying to counter that into the armbar. You had some brawl on the outside, but the end of the match I want to talk about, it ends with Charlotte losing her shit and basically using the kendo stick, and then she's going savagery 900%, 9,000% on this fucking kendo stick. She, like, takes out two kendo sticks, a shitload of chairs, does the natural selection on the chair, and fully fledged turns heel. Now, you can say she's a tweener or a heel, whatever at this point, but she's a fully fledged bad girl. And it looks like to me that that was another feud. Again, in the night we had some feuds set up for, for WrestleMania, like Drew and Braun, and potentially Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte. Maybe you could add a Becky in there to make it a handicap, and maybe you could have a 4 horsewoman and MMA 4 horsewoman. Whatever you're gonna do about it, but at least you hyped up some feuds going into the future, because some of these shows you've had not, like, you've gone into these shows and like, what did I actually watch? Like, was there any build up? Was there any story behind that? And hopefully on SmackDown that Charlotte's gonna explain what she did to Ronda Rousey tonight on Survivor Series. Then after that we had the main event, and it was Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Now, hold on. I'm gonna say this was a Brock Lesnar match. It was you know what, Bryan tried to get the best out of Brock. I'm not gonna say like it was his best match, but it was. It was okay. Bryan had his moments and stuff, and Brock does like 2 F5s, and then Bryan does like a yes lock, and I think he did a dive outside at some point, but Brock gets a win, and then after that, that's how Survivor Series ended. Overall, Survivor Series was a good show. I'm not gonna say it was a bad show, because I was actually going into the show. I had low expectations going into Survivor Series because I didn't know what to expect. Was it gonna be like? Because sometimes with the WWE, they can have a good show. One week they can have a good Raw or a SmackDown, and then the next they can go to the drizzling shits and have fucking bad decisions like Crown Jewel. Now, Crown Jewel, I didn't watch pay-per-view, but what I got from that was absolutely nothing, and we was where we are now with Brock as the champion. But with this show, I can see where the direction is with the WWE. I can see what storylines they're going into and what storylines they're trying to build up for WrestleMania. So, what do you guys think about this whole WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll check you guys later. Peace.